people look ugly. Okay. Anyone who joins thin privilege is making a statement to the world like this: I'm fat and proud to be fat. And you should be ashamed for being skinny, especially because you glorify your skinniness to make us fat people look ugly so that no man would want us. Therefore, if you do anything that makes us look bad because we are fat, we have the right to kill or torture you. Lyudmila Putin forced herself on Vladimir Putin in 2001 when he has never wanted her ever. She's angry at him because she feels she had the right to force herself on him. And it's been over 10 years and her strategy has not worked. She has not been able to get Vladimir to stop loving me. And now she's furious at me because I'm skinny. That means I'm worthy of death. Because Vladimir has always loved me and always wanted to marry me, she has failed in getting him to want her. That also means I'm worthy of death. I am vastly superior to her in intelligence and character, and this is the real reason why Vladimir loves me more than her. This also means to her that I'm worthy of death. I'm not allowed to be superior to her, because that makes her look bad, so I must die, which to her is the main reason that she's been unable to win Vladimir's heart, even though she's been able to extort some of his money to support her
as his legal wife, when that money rightfully should have gone to me because I'm the reason he's the president he is today. I'm the reason he hasn't committed suicide yet over Ludmila. I'm the woman who makes him happy and who he has dreamed about in his bed since 2000. To Ludmila, who extorted herself onto Vladimir and forced him to play the game that she is his wife Larissa that never died in 2000, almost made Vladimir kill himself. He was about to let a Bengal tiger maul him to death around 2010. And then a vision of me as his possible future wife came before his eyes, and he at the last second, right as the Bengal tiger was at his throat, judo chopped the tiger and killed it. Ludmila almost made Vladimir kill himself. So now I'm worthy of death because I'm the woman who makes Vladimir want to live. It's my fault that Vladimir has never wanted Ludmila. Actually, if not for me, Ludmila probably wouldn't even exist. You see, in 2000, when the Jesuit order noticed that Vladimir Putin was falling in love with me and that I replaced his recently deceased wife Larissa in his heart, they created a clone of his wife Larissa in their cloning labs. I was born in 1957 and I'm 55 years old. So to the thin privileged terrorists, it's my fault that I've never smoked, never done drugs, never had a lifestyle that would make me look old. Because of my healthy lifestyle, I look younger than my age. This shows that I have character. For having superior character to Ludmila, to her, I'm worthy of death. The reason I was so thin in my early 50s is because of a systemic yeast infection that the Jesuit order gave me. Because of this yeast infection, I became allergic to most of the foods that would make you fat. I could have no wheat, no milk, no gluten, no bird products, no sugar or refined carbohydrates, no fruits or even sweet vegetables. For a while there, I wasn't even eating carrots because carrots had too much sugar content and would feed my yeast infection because yeast eat sugar. Instead of complaining about me because I'm so skinny, Ludmila, you should be grateful that you can eat. For a while around 2009, everything I ate was making me sick because of this systemic yeast infection I have. If not for my medical smarts, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you. Do you want to know what killed Vladimir Putin's wife, Larissa? She died of a systemic yeast infection, what I am infected with right now, the same germ. Vladimir thought she had breast cancer at first, but recently confided to us with tears that Larissa died of a systemic yeast infection. I am smarter in medicine than Larissa was, and Jesus has been protecting and healing me, and that's why I'm still alive. The Jesuits created this yeast infection as a clever way to destroy some of their enemies. Before Zack decided he wanted to add me to his harem, he wanted to kill me. So he gave me a yeast infection, the same yeast that killed Larissa.
That's Vladimir Putin, the real name of his wife, who died in 2000. Zack realizes that Jesus is keeping me alive, and it's kind of hard to kill someone that Jesus wants to keep alive. So Zack has changed his strategy. He now wants to add me to his harem to make him look credible as a world leader, his goal. That's Zack Knight, the Jesuit leader. Lyudmila Putin is a Jesuit created in Zack Knight's cloning labs in 2000. She's actually about 13 years old, which may explain partly why she's so immature and foolish. Jesuits use accelerated growth hormones to grow a baby from infancy to adulthood within months. Once they reach adulthood, the growth stops. That's how the accelerated growth hormones work. You can see an example of this at my website with Brianna Jenkins Schuler, who's very mature for her age. Because Jesuits program their clones to serve the Jesuit order, most Jesuit clones are evil. Ludmila is evil mainly because she's a Jesuit clone. Jesuits created her that way. They goofed on Ludmila, though, because her skin, hair, and eye coloring are different than Larissa's, and I showed this at my website. The main reason Ludmila has not won Vladimir Putin's heart is the main reason that Olympic athlete Alina Kabaeva, a skinny and athletic Jesuit agent, has also not won Vladimir's heart. They're both evil, vile, and vulgar. These Jesuit women feel they have the right to force themselves on Vladimir Putin, and he's not playing their game. Not completely, because he hasn't gone to bed with either Alina or Ludmila. And so because Ludmila believes that I am the main reason she can't get Vladimir to go to bed with her, I deserve to die. Yes, I deserve to die because I had a Jesuit-induced yeast infection that forced me to be skinny against my will, because I was allergic to any food that would make me fat. Jesuits don't believe in freedom. They despise the Jews for not turning Jerusalem over to the Catholic Church. I can assure you if the Catholic Church comes to worldwide power, they're going to take care of those pesky Jews in Israel. Jesuits don't believe the human race deserves freedom of religion, of the press, speech, or freedom, period. They feel they have the right to control everybody. They must view the human race as in dire need of their guidance and leadership, to the point that they have to regulate your private life, who you marry, what religion you have, what political views you have, and what you're allowed to say in public. If you don't do what they want you to do, or if they can't put you under their brain control, they'll kill you. If they can't kill you because Jesus protects you like he does me, then they'll choose to injure you as much as possible, especially your reputation if you have influence. Jesus has put me on Seroquel, which he stated he created just for my yeast infection. Unfortunately, as the Seroquel chases the yeast out of my major organs, the yeast escaped to my back muscles, my shoulder ligaments, my gums right in here. In fact, right now I can't even eat without pain. And now, thanks to Ludmila, who shoved me about a week ago in a slip and fall, and Jesus said if he didn't cushion the fall, she would have broken several of my bones. I can't even do aerobics right now. And the main reason I do that is to keep the blood moving so that the yeast won't camp out on my back and everywhere. And, you know, I'm doing it mainly for health, not for looks. So I guess Ludmila just wants to keep me sick. That's all. She and her friend are gloating that I can't exercise right now because of what she did to me, because she made me slip and fall. View my other video on that. Ludmila and her thin, privileged friends are having a party over this. You know, Ludmila killed one of the Tsarnaev brothers so that he couldn't be alive to defend himself. Even though she admitted she dropped off pressure cooker bombs at the Boston Marathon, she changed her story later and arranged for one of the Tsarnaev brothers to be killed, using the Tsarnaev brothers as the patsies for her murders. She's guilty of the murder of thousands at the Boston Marathon. Anyways, my swollen gums from this yeast infection forces me to eat slowly, so that's going to make me stay thin right there. So, and who gave me this yeast infection? The Jesuits. That's the organization Ludmila belongs to. Because I've done what I need to do to survive this lethal infection which killed Larissa, I deserve to die. It seems you can't win no matter what you do if you're dealing with an insane Jesuit terrorist. It's not really fun to be a Jesuit, you know, because they glory in pain and suffering. Zack Knight, the Jesuit leader, is masochistic. He actually enjoyed burning in hell from the end of December to Valentine's Day 2012, before Satan resurrected him in February 2012. The problem is he wants to force the world to join him in hell as well. I guess he thinks because he's buddy with Satan that Satan's going to cool the fires somehow. So he's trying to force the whole world to become Roman Catholic and all go to hell with him. You know, a church can't save you. Only Jesus can save you. True love is forbidden to a Jesuit. They take an oath to never allow love to get in the way of their duties. Nothing must get in the way of your duties if you're a Jesuit soldier. And true love could be a problem. It could stop you from killing someone who needs to die because they may block the goals of the Jesuit order for a worldwide dictatorship. Why, the Catholic Church must be your greatest love if you're a Jesuit. You must love nothing more than that. So Jesuit Rule 13's been crying her eyes out because she genuinely loves Zack Knight and he won't return her feelings. Actually, I think he loves Rule 13, but he won't admit it. Because if he does, that means he's failed as the Jesuit leader. He's got to be true to that horrible, corrupt oath they'll take. I don't know about you, but I sure wouldn't want to join an organization that thinks it's a sin to be committed to someone you love. Oh, it's okay to be great at sex and to thrill your lover in bed, but don't you dare be vast in your heart and be committed to that lover above any other lover, because you must love nothing more than the almighty Catholic Church. The Jesuit order encourages idol worship. You know, Jesus says, love nothing more than me. That means if you love anything, a church, a Bible, anything above Jesus, you're guilty of idol worship. Oh no, to a Jesuit. If you won't become subscribed to their brand of idol worship, to worship their church above everything, you must die. This not only applies to Catholics, this applies to everybody. Which may explain why Jesuit Laurie McBride raped Brent Spiner and why Jesuit Ludmila extorted Vladimir into a political marriage under threat of war with the United States. She scared George Bush. She says, I'm going to kill your wife, Laura, if you don't cooperate. Us Jesuits are so powerful. We are going to kill your wife, and you got to make Vladimir take that Ludmila, or else America and Russia are at war. Yeah, George really loves his wife, Laura, so he caved into him. He's kind of a coward when it comes to Jesuits. So Laurie McBride, you know, both Laurie and Ludmila have fooled the public, but their hearts have not won a true lover. They only know how to lead their captive about with a rope about his neck. And Ludmila wonders why Vladimir's never wanted her in bed, even when she was skinnier. Actually, I think she made herself fatter on purpose to create the impression that that's why Ludmila rejected her. She wants everyone to feel sorry for her because she's fat. Why don't you put Vladimir under lie detection and ask him if he'd want Ludmila if she had a model figure? I don't think that. He wouldn't want her even then. You know, there's an old saying, if you catch a bird and let it go, it comes back to you. And it comes back to you, it's yours. You can't force the bird to stay, though, if it wants to go. It's going to go. Okay? When you have true love, you give your lover freedom. A true lover will stay because they want to stay. You don't obtain true love through force, you thin Jesuit terrorists. It's not just because you're fat. It's because you're terrorists. They don't want you. Ludmila is a very foolish and evil woman.